You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome to Homestead-Miami Speedway and round number 9 of the SCL Truck Series. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Trapasso, joined with me by my new partner in crime for Wednesday nights, Jake Zala. And Jake, welcome to Sim Racing Media, one of the first broadcasts you've done with us. Only been here a couple weeks now, and glad to have you join me in the booth for this call, sir.
Yes, sir, and actually, it would be my second broadcast I've done. I did one with Dave Regal.
There we go.
On Monday, but yeah, it's going to be fun. We're here at Homestead, 75 laps for these drivers tonight. The track is going to be very loose and very tight at the same time. I love Homestead because it's multi-lane racing. It's a lot of fun.
It is multi-lane racing, and with the lights going down and the sun going down, the lights coming on, we're going to be finishing under the lights here tonight, and that track temperature already at 90 degrees is going to continue to drop. This ambient air temperature only 80 degrees, 56% water drain in the air, partly cloudy skies, but that wind has me concerned, Jake. 10-mile-an-hour wind, and it is blowing a complete crosswind coming through 2 and 4. And from the looks of it, turn 4 is going to be Calamity Corner tonight because the wind just has a free shot at the corner.
Oh, yeah, and what that'll do is it'll push the back of the truck, and it'll make it way looser than you thought it might be, and these guys will start to slip out from under them without even knowing it at some point during the run, and they're going to have a tough time. So we'll have to see how these drivers prevail with those wins tonight.
Absolutely, and it's been gusting up to 13. So somewhere between 9 and 13 miles an hour is what these guys are going to have to deal with all night long. And usually here at Homestead, when the lights come on, the wind picks up. Call it the southerly or tropical depressions these guys get, but that wind is going to be hellacious tonight. As I'm counting 25 trucks in the infield, so not too shabby of a turnout here tonight, as our very own Matt Metler out on track. Good to see Matt, my normal Sunday night broadcast partner.
Yeah, I believe we have Austin Call out on the track tonight, and if I heard correctly earlier from the officials, he was the defending champion. So sitting P4 on the charts right now. Obviously, not too shabby, not where you want to be, but I mean, for him, it's looking pretty good.
It could be worse. It absolutely could be worse. Could be a little bit better. But, Austin's one of those guys that he knows how to get it done in race trim. So this is just practice. This is just, the hot lap session, as we like to call it. As we got about a minute left. Want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat tonight. If you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up because it really does help share these videos around the YouTube metasphere. the more thumbs up a video gets, the more likely it is to show up on someone's homepage when they log into their YouTube account. And it really does help share these.
Yeah, sharing this will definitely do a big thing for us. It'll help us continue to grow as we have about 24 seconds left to go in qualifying here. Justin Lewis has the provisional pole, not the real pole, because this is only practice. Chris Myers in second. In third, we have Joshua Yarborough. In fourth, Austin Call. And in fifth, Barrett Float.
Flo, another one of those young gunners that knows how to get it done in your race trim. So look for him to be at the front all night long. As, again, 26 trucks now, or 26 haulers in the infield. So decent-sized field here at Homestead. Probably, I dare say, about perfect size. As the hot lap session comes to an end, we're getting ready to click things over into the qualifying grid. Let's bring up the scoring tower. There we go. As we're going to see who's going to be the first one to get it rolling here in qualifying. And it looks like it's going to be your defending series champion, Austin Call, as he starts rolling the Mobile 1 number 18 tonight.
Yeah, and he will take that access road and go right onto the backstretch. Looking for a good hot lap here tonight. You know, he was fourth in practice, so he's definitely looking for something faster than that, as he's going to hit turn 3 here on the top side. And the top side is provisionally known as the Larson line. Kyle Larson used that line a lot, and it just stuck with him. Oh, he got a little loose there.
Got a lot loose there with Austin Call, trying to get some heat into those tires as the track temperature continues to drop. Already down to 84 degrees here at the start of qualifying, but that wind still gusting to 11 miles an hour. And you saw how that gust caught Call by surprise coming through 3 and 4. This first lap probably going to be on the top side. Expect to see him go down and run a more conventional line on the second lap. But we're going to stick with him, see what this first lap's going to be for the 18. Going to set provisional P1 regardless, as he is the first one out on track. A couple other guys joining him. Schlosser in the 400 also out there. And Call immediately goes to the top of the pile. Schlosser goes even better. Klaus Williams.
I was about to say, Klaus Williams with a 33.5. Austin Call on the back stretch, looking to see what he can do, if he can put up a better lap than Klaus Williams with 33.501. As he heads onto the top side in turn 4, down the front stretch, crossing the line now. What will it be? 33.38. That's a pole time for Austin Call.
Provisional P1. Schlosser does not improve. He negated the first lap in the first sector as Chris Myers jumps up to the top of the pile. Nice lap out of the 24 there. Josh Yarborough goes 4th quick on his first flyer. As Justin Lewis now jumps up to the top of the P. 33.32. Good grief. Leave some on the table for the rest of the kids.
Yeah, he looked really fast coming through there, and he showed it. 33.3 gives him provisional pole. Still about 2 minutes left, so these drivers still have some time to set their qualifying laps. See if we can find somebody else here.
Barrett Flo.
Barrett Flo takes
to the top of the pile.
Pole. Wow, these guys are getting close to a 33.2. That's pretty insane.
Well, Flo was a 33 dead. 33.3 dead. So, I mean, that's impressive. That is very impressive indeed. As we're going to stick with Flo, as that second lap, he's trying to pick some up. Does go purple in the first sector. Nope, negated the lap.
You must have hit the wall or something. Missed it, but yeah, good lap there from Barrett Flo. Able to get that pole time and looks really quick. But again, qualifying, yeah, you do have to set the fastest lap. And this track is definitely about track position, but it's all about how you save tires throughout the race.
It absolutely is going to be an act of tire saving. They've got 5 sets of tires to get them through this race tonight. 75 laps of scheduled distance with 100% fuel fill. Ideally, if we stay green, we're only looking at 1 pit stop, because you can get about 45 laps out of a tank of Go Fast here around Homestead-Miami.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking we wouldn't need too many pit stops to get to the end here. So one pit stop doesn't surprise me. And if you have a couple cautions, so whatnot, I mean, you get your fuel and then you're good to go for the rest of the race. So these guys are definitely looking good on fuel.
Handful of drivers still waiting to post a time here as qualifying, getting ready to wind on down. Andrew McKenzie, Dave Hanna, Tim Woodson, and Todd Williams have not posted times here in qualifying. And I don't know what they're waiting for because that track temperature is not going to get too much lower yet. As we did lose a degree, but that wind's still hovering right around 11, 12 mile an hour. So
Well, we only got 5 seconds left, so I don't even think they're going to get a time in here.
Yeah, that's going to do it for qualifying there. As qualifying is now officially done and dusted, let's take a look at tonight's starting grid, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
As starting up on the pole, setting quick time, Barrett Flo, 33.305, 10 thousandths to the good over Justin Lewis in the 07. Josh Yarborough and Chris Myers going to make up row number 2. Row 3 is going to see defending series champion Austin Colley. He's going to be joined with Todd Merkel. Row 4, Klaus Williams and Steve Seegers. And row 5 is going to go to Matt Schlosser and Brandon Massey. And rounding out the top half of the field, Mike Miata and Greg Birch. Jake?
Next, you're going to have Larry Waits and George Gibbs. Then you're going to have Michael Rinker and Shane O'Neill. Cody Anderson and Charlie Birch. Our very own Matt Metler and Gary Ragland. Kendall Kraft and Shane Crosette. And then the guys that didn't qualify, Andrew McKenzie and Todd Willis, and David Hanna and Timothy Woodson.
So 26 trucks scheduled to roll it here tonight, 75 laps of scheduled distance, 5 total sets of tires. So the set they qualified on is a set that they have to start the race on. And then they've got an extra 4 sets that they can change onto. As the field starts to roll behind that Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. And there you see the 92 of Barrett Flo, your pole sitter, who's going to get ready to rock and roll and turn it loose here tonight. And he is going to have some good company up at the front. Josh Yarborough, Justin Lewis, Austin Call, Chris Myers, some heavy hitters joining him up towards the front of this field. And, you hit the nail on the head. That outside lane usually pays dividends early here at Homestead, but we are going to find out as this race wears on. Flo going to have the button. Geico restart zone is in effect tonight as the field working its way through the 3-4 complex. And again, 75 laps of scheduled distance. The only thing left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab some alcoholic beverages because it's time to get it on in Party City. Race fans, it's show time! Green flag. Flo drops the hammer, and we are underway.
Flo going to be side by side with Justin Lewis into 1 here. It looks like he's going to clear him for now. He's going to have the hard charging 77 of Joshua Yarborough right there behind him, but he's not going to get there as Justin Lewis will clear him going into 3. And Justin Lewis is going to be side by side a little bit. Nope, he's going to clear him. And Barrett Flo will take the... Never mind. Back to the inside goes Justin Lewis. And I think Justin Lewis... No, Barrett Flo's going to lead the lap there.
By half a fender, but here comes Lewis up the inside. The 07 making that bottom lane work early on the fresh shoes. He's going to have to throw the slider coming off of 2. Pinches up. Flo has to back out of it or get into him. Crosses him over. Now they switch lanes again.
Yeah, Flo's going to go right under him, and he's going to try and take the bottom side, but I don't know if the bottom side is going to work. It might.
It's early. It could work. So far, it's working. Flo by half a truck at the line.
Lewis is going to be side by side there on the top side, often called the Kyle Larson line. He's going to keep it there, still side by side. Oh, it's going to get tight. and Lewis is going to take the half a car length down the backstretch and clear him.
Lewis and Flo putting on a clinic here tonight. Austin Call, your defending series champion, already up 2 spots into third, as everybody else just kind of minding their P's and Q's right now. Your biggest mover is back in 18th. That's David Hanna. There he is.
Ooh, we got some guys getting loose down the back. I couldn't really see who it was there, but Austin Call doing really good right now. I guess these guys are fighting too, so you have to think that he's probably worrying about saving tires more than these guys are, as we saw Barrett Flo get loose there, and Austin Call's now right behind him.
Absolutely. Call has reeled Flo in. Flo had to let Lewis go as the bottom lane was not working for that Ford. But you got the Chevy of Lewis, the Ford of Flo, and the Toyota of Collie in your top 3 right now. So, pretty good parity in the top of this field. And then you've got Chris Myers' Chevy, Josh Yarborough's Toyota, and Todd Merkel's Ford rounding out your top 6, as the top few cars are starting to get in single file here. Call now looks to the inside on Flo, going through 3.
He's going to be side by side, and Flo's going to get a little loose there, but he's still going to have a little bit of momentum. He's going to pull up to his quarter. Now he's going to be at his door, and he's still going to be right about there running that top side using that top line, but I think Call's going to get it. He will. Call up to P2.
The man out of Spring, Texas, your defending series champion in that 18 Toyota, trying to put on a good show here in the early going. Justin Lewis has already carved out 3/4 of a second to the good at the front of this thing. You can't help but think, is Lewis going too hard too soon on the fresh shoes?
Yeah, he might be. You know, I want to talk about something you mentioned earlier, track temp. Track temp's about 82 degrees right now, so it's starting to get a little slicker as we get into the night. It'll probably drop around to 79, 78 as we go on. But Justin Lewis putting on a clinic right now, currently about 0.9
Battle for
ahead.
Battle for 6 heating up as Schlosser went to the inside on Massey, coming through 3 and 4 and made that move stick. Now he tries to set his sights on reeling in Josh Yarborough in front of him. Yellow. And we are under caution for the first time. Looks like Charlie Birch in the 81 having issues. What happened there? Oh, he had help.
I couldn't quite see there.
Let's back that up a lap. There you see the 81 already with some right side damage, running that top shelf, not doing any favors for the Charlotte Hornets Chevy.
Oh yeah, he definitely had some help, and that's just the thing of racing. Sometimes you slide up and you get into someone, and it's just a racing incident. And I think these drivers understand that. He'll probably apologize to him, and they'll go on their way and do another day.
That crosswind is what caught him. It was coming out before, that crosswind gusted, and most of the guys doing a decent job avoiding him, as he was still sideways on the front stretch. And luckily, we've only got really a one-car issue right now, as Birch is going to bring it pit side, and Andrew McKenzie did not start in the 6.
Yeah, so he'll be able to fix up his damage pretty good. I mean, it didn't look like he had too much damage from that, as we're going to see. They were going to come down, but it looks like a fake from the 07.
And the 51's got some damage on it. He's coming down. Larry Waits in this 427, he's coming down with right side damage. iRacing has done something to this truck since the last update, and I dare say the aero model is a slight different aero model than these guys are used to seeing on this truck. That's why we're seeing so many guys eat walls tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I run the trucks a lot. I am a huge fan of the trucks on iRacing, and I kind of agree there. Something changed, and I don't know what it is.
Well, you used to be able to lean on that wall with the aero bubble, and I think iRacing diminished that to try to improve the super speedway package on this truck. so that you could actually push the truck instead of just push the bubble. And when they did that, it took a lot of the side bite off of these trucks being able to lean on the wall to run that aforementioned Larson line. And I hate to see it, but I can understand why they tried it.
Yeah, I don't get it from that point, but I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do, and the guys at NASCAR pay the big bucks to them, so I mean, you gotta try and make it as close as they want it.
As the lights go out on that Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing, Justin Lewis, Austin Call, Barrett Flo, Chris Myers, your top 4, as we get ready to turn them back loose. We're going to turn them back loose with 11 in the books. And it looks like we're going single file.
Nope, they changed it back to double, I think.
Okay.
Must have been a mistake.
Okay. A little too early to be having to go single file.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, this isn't looking like the
Bristol
race I raced
before.
A race I raced before, so I mean, there was no reason to go single file there, so it must have been just a mistake.
Well, here we go. Lewis is going to have the button. Elected to take that inside line into the Geico restart zone. Pace truck makes that hard left turn onto pit road. There it goes, and here we go. Into the Geico restart zone they go. Lewis has the button, jumps on the loud pedal, and just like that, we are back underway.
And Lewis is going to make a hard charge, already pulling a little bit of a gap from Austin Call.
Myers and Flo going side by side for third.
Yes, they are. Myers is looking for it. Let's see if he can get it. He's not going to get it now. Close racing. He's looking for second now. It looks like Austin Call got on the wall a little bit there. Couldn't really tell. Still side by side.
Call looked like he may have just grazed it coming off at 2. No real damage on the right side of that Toyota yet. But he's going to have to be mindful of that. Too many more of those, and that truck's going to be a hurting unit. As now Myers up to second.
Yeah, it looks like he gave him that one there. I mean, he also hit the wall, so that could have helped too. Myers is going to look to track down Justin Lewis, about a 0.6 of a tenth gap to him right now.
Schlosser making a move on Flo as well, getting up into the top 4. Now makes a move to the outside of Call. Schlosser on a run. The rookie's got the run going right now on that top shelf, making it really work. That Chevy starting to pick up some steam.
And Flo's going to go to the top and try and get to Austin Call. He's going to get past Call. Schlosser did, not Flo. Flo's still side by side with Call here.
Has the nose up front going into 3, though.
Yeah, he doesn't. Call's going to give it to him. I wonder if that damage hurt Call a little bit. I mean, it doesn't look like he has it, but I mean, he's falling back pretty good.
Well, he's changed the line, and he's not running as aggressively as he was. I think that was a wake-up call for him that, hey, I can't keep doing this if I want this truck to last. And that's where you see series champions come from. They're smart enough to realize, hey, I'm going too hard.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you're right, and he's looking to save those tires up, and he definitely used them up when he got up there into the wall, and he's going to fall back and try and get back to where he wants to be.
We got Josh Yarborough and Brandon Massey going after each other for 6th. Yarborough flirting with the turn 4 wall, coming down the front chute. Drag race going into 1. Massey on the inside, Yarborough on the top shelf. Toyota on Toyota action here inside the top 10.
And looks like the 65 will get around him, and he's going to hit him on the bumper a little bit there. Just get him a little squirrely, and he's going to try and get him back on the top side. Beep
from the chrome horn is we've got side-by-side action as Lewis flirting with the wall. Myers has reeled him in, and they're almost a second to the clear over 3rd place as Flo and Schlosser are going side-by-side again.
Yeah, Myers is looking for the lead, but Flo is looking for 3rd, and he is going to have it over Matt Schlosser. What a move by Flo there.
A lot of good action here in the top 7 so far. As Yarborough looking on the outside on Massey. What's good for the Gooses, good for the Ganders. They're both looking to work around Austin Call. 3 Toyotas just throw a blanket over him right now. As the 77 brushes the wall coming off the 4, you can see the paint damage. That was a little bit more than a tap. So that's something that Yarborough's going to have to deal with now.
Yeah, he definitely got a little bit of damage there as Austin Call is going to lose a spot to Brandon Massey.
Here comes Seegers up the inside on Yarborough. Side by side, Seegers going to send it going into 3.
Oh, he sent it hard there, but he's going to stick it. Oh, never mind. He got loose, and now they're going to be 3 wide.
3 wide a little earlier for this is Merkel looking up the inside. The Nuclear Banana number 2 making it stick on the low shelf. That Ford is on fire right now. A slide job coming off a 2. 77 of Yarborough not happy with him. Gives him the 2 from the chrome horn again.
Yeah, I knew the 77 definitely wasn't going to be happy about that one. He slid right up there. If I were in that truck, I wouldn't be happy with that either.
Everybody else getting a little bit strung out right now as we've got some decent action up here between Schlosser, Massey, and Call. Those guys are still going after each other. And Schlosser on the top shelf. Here comes Massey on the low side. Trying to get into the top 4. Schlosser, though, using that second lane to his advantage.
I was going to say, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Chris Myers taking the lead there, but we got Brandon Massey looking to make a move on Schlosser, and he's going to get it round. Chris Massey taking the lead. Barrett Flo in second, and Lewis dropped down to 3rd.
Absolutely. That may have answered the question, was he going too hard too early, as both Myers and Flo have gotten by him. And they're starting to pull a gap on him as it's already 3/4 of a second between Flo and Lewis. But checking back in here for the battle, just for the final spot in the top 5, Carl Schlosser and Merkel still hot and heavy right now, as Massey currently holds down 4th in front of him.
Yeah, and Carl's probably thinking to himself, he's like, man, can these guys get away from me? He doesn't want to keep battling with these guys, but these guys are putting on a hard charge. They want that top 5, and they're fighting for it really good, and they're putting on a show for us.
Absolutely. Merkel and Schlosser still door-to-door. Ford on the inside, Chevy on the top shelf. Place your bets, folks. As 2 of our biggest movers right now, back here with 14th and 15th, it's Dave Hanna, who is plus 11 in the 28. Well, he had to go to the backup truck, so no number on the side of that truck tonight. And then you got Todd Willis, who's slugging it out with Gary Ragland, and he's plus 8. So who says you can't pass here at Homestead?
Right, Homestead is a good track to pass, and Willis looks like he's got a little damage on him, so I don't know how that's going to hold up for the race. But, I mean, he's doing really well managing that damage.
Lewis does?
Willis.
Oh, Willis does. Yeah, just a little bit. Nothing major. It looks like he may have gotten into somebody a little too aggressively with the chrome horn.
Meanwhile, Chris Myers is in the wall.
He is at that. He caught the wall coming off a 2, and that lets Flo get to his inside. You see a little bit of flattening on the right side of the 24 truck. It's Flo and Myers side by side going into 1.
And Flo is going to take it easily there. He had no fight, Chris Myers did, and Flo's now going to take the lead.
Myers probably did the same thing that the 07 and 18 have realized, that he was going a little too hard. He backed it on down a little bit. Flo, though, only knows one speed, and that is go. As we are already a third of the way through this piece tonight. 25 now in the books. Flo, Myers, Massey, Lewis, call your top 5. As we're going to check back in with Mike Rinker as he and Steve Seeger's going after each other for 8th.
Yeah, and Mike Rinker running that nice Dale Jr. amp energy scheme tonight. I do appreciate that. I'm not a Dale Jr. fan, but I do like that truck.
Yeah, it's
That concept.
Kind of reminds me of my high school colors. That truck always did. So yeah, I can feel it. As still slugging it out for each other for that 8th spot. Seeger's going to let Rinker go now, as we've got some battling going on behind them. Williams and Maida going after each other. It's Maida in the 16, Williams in the 04, and he just sends it up the inside. And here comes Hillbilly Dave Hanna on the top shelf.
Yeah, Hanna's looking fast. I mean, he didn't set a qualifying time. Yeah, he didn't set a qualifying time either, so he's looking pretty good for himself right now for not setting a qualifying time.
And you got to wonder what would have happened had he actually taken a qualifying attempt. As we're checking back in, battle for 4th and 5th between Call and Lewis, 2 of the fastest trucks we've seen tonight. As a matter of fact, 2 of the fastest laps of the night so far, deep into the 33s.
And Lewis is going to let him go a little bit, and now he's going to hit the back bumper, and he's going to get side-by-side again. They're going to be side-by-side through the middle of 3. No, they're not. Call already has him.
Lewis has to be careful because here comes Merkel and the Nuclear Banana up the inside.
Yeah, that banana's been quick tonight.
That's for sure. Has.
There's one fast banana. Lewis is going to tag the wall again, and that's going to give him the position. No fight.
Damn. That was heating up to be a pretty decent battle. We still have a ton of racing left in this one. We're not even at the halfway mark.
Oh, yeah. Once Barrett Flow across the line, it'll be 30 laps to go.
It is. Well,
not 30 laps to go.
30 laps
it'll be
in.
30.
As we've got Seegers and Anderson now going after each other. Anderson sends it up the inside. And Seegers just going to hang it tough on the top shelf. That Ford just running his line, running his race, not doing too much pressuring right now. Here comes Klaus Williams putting pressure on Schlosser. Schlosser has done nothing but backslide since he got into the top 5.
And one thing I do like to see from these guys is if there's a faster truck, they just let him go and let him have the spot. I mean, you'll fight for it if you're in the top 5, but most of these guys back there are going to just give it to you.
Massey and Myers now going after each other for 2nd place. It's Massey on the low side, Myers on the top shelf. And that Toyota with a good head of steam. Massey battles back, though. Myers battles back, though. Trying to run that outside lane, but the 65 of Massey just going to send it. Little bit of a tail wag for Myers coming off of 4.
Yeah, and Massey's catching Barrett Flow. Barrett Flow has to keep his head on his toes here, and he's got to make sure that he runs his line, still saves up his tires, because Massey is flying out here.
Irontown, Ohio native. We're on board with Massey right now. This is what the front bumper looks like off that Toyota. And you can see that he's steadily gaining on the aforementioned 92 of Barrett Flow. He's already cut the gap down to half a second.
Yeah, and steadily gaining about 4/10 now to Barrett Flow. So cutting the gap good, and I mean he might just catch him really soon. And we might see a battle for first here at some point. Oh, and as I say that, we go caution.
Something happened with Hanna. Let's go back and take a look. As he gets that truck righted, and you can see a lot of damage on the right front of that of that Toyota. 400 gets into the wall. A lot of...
A rough spot to be for David Hanna. Didn't have anywhere to go in that one.
That was Matta getting into him. I saw Matta get into someone else. That's the 890 of Seegers. Gets into the wall. Matta tries to take evasive action. Just goes down into Hanna. And Just like that, we are under caution number 2. So while we are under caution, we are going to step away, go side by side, pay a couple of bills, and we'll be right back. And we are back at Homestead-Miami. Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Barrett Flo winning the battle off pit road as it was wholesale pit stops there. 4 in fuel for everybody. Good news is you can make it from here. That should have been the money stop. Flo going to have the trigger as we get ready to turn them back loose. Brandon Massey sits +8. Mike Rinker sits +8. Cody Anderson sits +9. And so does Gary Ragland, back in 11th at +9 as the field working its way through the 3-4 complex. I'm Joey Chapasso. He's Jake Zala. Jake, what's your take on this series so far?
It's been fun. These guys are showing a lot of giving us a show, and they're going to keep continuing to give us a show.
As the pace truck is in, Flo jumps on the loud pedal, fresh tires, as Massey and Cal go side by side going into 1.
Oh boy, it's a big stack 'em here through 1, and Merkel was in the apron there, but Call gonna take second.
Lewis looking up the inside as he got by the 24. Now the 24 is going to slot in behind him. 65, the only one on the top shelf right now of your top 5, as the bottom lane on fresh tires can work. Sideways goes the 24.
Yeah, it looks like the 18 got sideways as well, and the 07 a little bit, and the 65 is going to be able to capitalize, use that bottom side, and take 3rd position from Justin Lewis.
Massey up into the top 3. Currently sitting +7 is Lewis right back on him. Battling going on a little bit deeper in the field as Schlosser now goes after Merkel for 6th. Door-to-door action. Ford on Chevy Crime there, as the Chevy going to prevail coming down the front chute.
Schlosser got really close to hitting that wall there. That was insane. But Merkel looks like he's going to try and go back to the inside here, but he's not going to have it.
Lewis and Call starting to pick things up a little bit. As, that was razor close for Lewis coming off a 2. He got by Call up into 3rd, Massey up into 2nd, and now sets his sights on trying to reel in Barrett Flo, who's a 2nd and a quarter up the road.
Yeah, Flo pulled out to a big lead there off that jump, and these guys are going to have to track him down, but you have to wonder if Barrett Flo is using up his stuff early on. It's lap 40, so we still have about 30-ish and 30 and some change left to go in this thing.
He's a tenth and a half quicker than anyone else right now. You can't help but think he's going a little too hard, a little too soon. As the two of Merkel looks to the inside again on Schlosser, he's got to worry about the 890 behind him of Seeger. Schlosser sideways coming off the floor.
Call tapped the wall a little bit, and that's going to give an advantage to the 24 of Chris Myers on the inside. Going to take fourth from Austin Call.
You were watching right in front of where we were as Justin Lewis now has to deal with the 24 of Myers. Myers looks to the inside, sends it, going into 3.
Yeah, and he got it. He stuck it.
Lewis.
He's going to take P3. Oh, big slide.
That bottom lane is not working for the 24. That thing is loose right now. As here comes the 07 back to the inside, looking to take the air off the spoiler, going into 1. The 24 are going to have to run the second lane to try to get that truck to not be as so tail happy as it's been.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to still be side by side, but he's going to get it now, and I think he's going to move up to, the first. No, he's still going to run the bottom. I thought he would move up to the top there.
I thought for sure Myers was at least going to go to the second lane. It's the 890 sideways coming off of 4. Has to chase it down the track. That's going to open the door for the 042 of Cody Anderson to get to his inside. It's right in front of him. Merkel and Schlosser still going after each other for 6.
Yeah, and what a save there by Steve Seegers. I don't know how you... Seegers. Good save there, as we're going to see Schlosser still working on Merkel. Going to get a little bit closer than Merkel would have expected, and he's going to get it from Merkel.
Just going to send it. Power move coming off of 4 for the 400. And as Lewis checking his rearview mirror, sees Call is about a truck length back. Seeger and Schlosser and Merkel still have not given up on each other yet. As we're going to check back in, this is Klaus Williams in the 04. He got into the wall a couple laps ago, and you can see some right side damage on that Ford. As Maida, who was part of that second caution that came out, a little bit of tail wiggle coming off of 4 for the 16. That's going to give Williams a little bit of breathing room for now.
Yeah, and Barrett Flo just opened up a 2-second gap on the field. He is cruising right now. He's on that Sunday drive, as you'd call it. It's lap 45, so there's still time for these guys, but he's looking like he's ready to win this thing right now.
He absolutely is, but two guys that haven't given up on each other, Merkel and Schlosser. We have mentioned those guys almost all night long because they have not gotten away from each other since the green came out. The 02 of Merkel on the low side, Schlosser on the top shelf, and they've got the Ford of Seegers right behind them, stalking both of them. Go ahead, guys. Make a mistake. I'll capitalize.
Yeah, you got to think these two, Schlosser and Merkel, they're definitely frustrated with each other and just hoping that they could get away from each other because they've been around each other all night long. And it's just, that's how racing is sometimes.
But, Jake, you're a driver. You know that this is when it's fun. When you've got somebody that's so evenly matched with you and you just slug it out for 75 straight laps.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
This is when it gets fun.
Yeah, I love it. I do. Sometimes it gets a little frustrating, but it's all fun at the end of the day.
It absolutely is. It's Rinker, Anderson, and Williams for 9th, 10th, and 11th starting to heat things up. The Ford of Williams almost gets into the back of Anderson going into 3. Side by side they go.
I was going to say Merkel sent it in there, but still side by side, and these guys are doing pretty good. Williams looking like, nope, never mind. Shut that thought down.
You know, Williams and Anderson still running door to door. Little Ford on Chevy action in the final spot for the top 10.
I was wondering if that damage is hurting Williams a little bit.
It looks like it might be just a little bit on the side bite. That
Oh,
truck,
he's sending it in there.
yeah, but that truck does not want to initiate the turn. As the 042 gets sideways in the middle of 4, that's going to open the door for the 04 Williams.
Yeah, he got around him. I think he just wanted to give it to him so he didn't get into him because that was pretty close there. I think we're going to see the 042 come back and retrace his steps and try and get back around him.
We are at that as we're back with this battle for 6th. Schlosser running the second lane. Merkel in the Nuclear Banana running the bottom shelf. And, I mean, these guys have just put on a clinic of how to race door to door for 50 straight laps.
I tell you what, Tony, these guys' sponsors are going to be happy with all the TV time they're getting right now.
Oh, absolutely. This is the best battle on track by far, as it's starting to get a little bit hectic in front of them, as now the 24 of Myers, the 07 of Lewis, and the 18 of Call running stem to stern, 2 Chevys and a Toyota for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, as the Ford of Flo still out to 2 seconds to the good. Brandon Massey's a 2nd and a quarter up the road from this battle for 3rd. As it looks like Myers has some breathing room as Lewis and Call start to heat things up.
Yeah, Lewis is going to be still single file, but Call is, again, the defending champion, and he's got a fast truck tonight, and he's looking for something. He wants to get into that top 3.
We're still 25 laps to go. Taking a look back just inside the top 10, it is an absolute slugfest right now with Williams, Rinker, Anderson, and Maida. As that is the 9 of Rinker and the 04 Klaus Williams just going after each other as the 890 of Seegers right in front of them. And this is a complete Waffle House situation as there are trucks in every lane, scattered, smothered, and covered. 9, the Rinker sideways.
Yeah, Rinker was big sideways through there. I think he tried to get on the gas a little too early there, and it just slipped out from under him, as he's going to lose a couple spots because of that now. And he's going to have to try and retrace his steps, get back into it, and try and get back through these guys.
Open the door for Klaus Williams to get to the inside of Steve Seegers. Williams now up into 8.
Yeah, and also I think the 042, Cody Anderson, is going to try and get by Steve Seegers as well. They're going to be side by side here.
Anderson looking good right now. Going to send it up the inside. Can he make it stick? The answer is maybe. Your biggest mover right now is the 780 of Todd Willis. As there he is. Currently sits plus 10 in 14th after not posting a time in qualifying.
Yeah, he's doing really good for himself. He's got a gap to the next guy in front, so he's going to have to try and get to him if he can.
Rinker's sideways again off of 2.
Yeah, Rinker's fighting the loose right now. And the track temp is about 82 degrees still. Hasn't dropped much.
Which means this track should have more bite, and these trucks should tighten up instead of get loose, as now Seegers is loose.
Yeah, Seegers got loose there. Almost got into Rinker. That would have been a caution. They're going to be 3 no, they're not. They were looking for 3 wide.
They were almost 3 wide. Luckily, Nata had it spotted well and backed out of it. Here comes the 69 of Raglan.
Raglan to the inside.
Raglan plus 9.
He looks like he's going to have it, and Seegers is going to fall back a little bit.
Maida has gone pit side. Looks like he's calling no mas on that one as we are 20 to go. Barrett Flo 2 seconds up the road from this man. That is Brandon Massey, who sits plus 8 right now in second. Justin Lewis has a little bit of breathing room right now in third after leading a handful of laps early. He's got 3/4 of a second over this battle between Kyle and Myers, as those two guys have not gotten away from each other since they found him.
Yeah, and it's just like the Schlosser and Klaus Williams, or Schlosser and Merkel situation, is they're still there, but Chris Myers and Austin Call have been around each other all night long as well. No passing looking yet for any of those two, but
Well, let's go back to this
should
battle
see it.
between Merkel and Schlosser, as Merkel has finally gotten by Schlosser, and he hasn't really done much with it.
No, and Schlosser is coming back again.
He is.
These guys are going to be fighting all night long, it looks like, and with 58 to go, I mean, I'm glad to see it. These guys are battling hard for it.
Todd Merkel, the Dearborn, Michigan native. You're looking back at Matt Schlosser right behind him. Ford on Chevy action right now. And of course, a man from Dearborn is going to be driving a blue oval. It seems fitting, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would agree.
Colin Myers.
Yeah, they're side by side now. Call going to take the high side. Myers to the bottom, side by side. Coming through 2.
Can Myers make that bottom stick? Finally, the answer is no.
He slid down into him a little bit there, Call did.
Well, Myers was coming up big time.
Yeah, definitely a racing deal there. And Lewis was Call was able to use the draft off of Lewis there too. And Myers is loose.
Myers was hella loose, complete Tokyo drift, coming through 3 and 4, bangs the wall at the flag stand, and that's going to give Call some breathing room now as he starts to reel in Lewis.
Yeah, now Lewis has to be looking through his mirror, but you don't want to be mirror driving, but he's looking at the rearview mirror as he sees that 18 get bigger and bigger.
You have to be driving out the mirror when you see the defending series champion getting bigger and bigger in it. Right now, Barrett Flo, 2 1/4 seconds to the good over Brandon Massey, who's 2.5 seconds up the road from this battle for third between the 07 of Lewis, the 18 of Call, and 24 of Myers. And then checking back inside the top 10, that is Mike Rinker in the 9, Jerry Ragland in the 69, looking to break into the top 10 for the first time tonight. 15 to go. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to do it.
Yeah, and Brandon Massey about 2.2 seconds behind Barrett Flo here. It's looking ever so cumbersome that Brandon Massey's going to catch him. But he's trying everything he can. I'm telling you, he's trying. He wants to catch him. He wants to win this thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely
does. Has a fast machine.
But you take a look at the last couple of lap times, and they were almost identical, 34.7 for both of your top two. They're the only two to go sub 34.8 last time by.
Yeah, so these guys' tires are good to go. For sure, as we got a lapper up there. That should give Flo some space, but these guys are saving their tires good.
Two guys that aren't saving their tires and say, damn the torpedoes, that's Merkel and Schlosser. They're still slugging it out. Merkel on the low side, Schlosser on the top shelf, as there's a battle behind them between Williams and Anderson as well.
This battle between Schlosser and Merkel is actually hurting because now these guys behind him, Williams, Anderson,
and Rinker,
are going to be able to catch him.
And here comes the 16 of Maida, who does have fresher tires. The only thing is he's running out of time to get back on the lead lap.
Right, and I don't know if I agreed with the pit call there, but he's going to do him, and he's going to try. Got to try something when you're back there.
Seeger and Williams go door to door, and just like that, Todd Williams plus 12 in 12 as Seeger eats the wall down the back.
Oh, yeah, I seen some sparks fly there, so that hurts Seegers.
Merkel and Schlosser still running stem to stern. The Ford leads the Chevy for 6th right now.
Schlosser's
no.
in the wall.
Schlosser overcooked it going into 1, and just boom goes the dynamite. And he just hemorrhaged spots.
Klaus Williams looking to take advantage of that and try and get around Merkel. He's not going to try it yet, but he is closing the door.
10 to go, 2 1/4 seconds is the gap. Barrett Flo continues to show the way. in the 92. Brandon Massey is another 3 seconds up the road from this man, Justin Lewis, in third. And he's got a little bit of breathing room as the 18 of Call caught the wall coming through 1 and 2.
Yeah, now he's going to have Chris Myers who's going to creep back up on him. He's going to go take the inside. He tried to block it a little bit, but wasn't able to. We're going to see Chris Myers. Is he going to get tight? It looked like he got a little bit tight there. We're going to see the 16 come through. That was close. Myers will take it.
Myers will take it because he had a little bit of drafting help off that 16, the lap truck. Now the question is, what's the 16 going to do? Because he does have the fresher tires of the 3. And he's going to send it up the inside. The 24 is going to let him go, use him as a fuel pig, and pull down the straightaway.
Yeah, I agreed there. I mean, I thought Massey was going to try and pass him, or Myers was going to try and pass him there.
Well, he had to get some clean air to the front end of that truck to get it to turn. You can see he's fighting at both a loose and a tight condition at the same time. And here we go again, folks. Merkel and Anderson now going after each other.
Yep, and he's going to get around him. No fight whatsoever from Merkel there.
Merkel doesn't have anything left on those tires, I don't think.
Yeah, they were battling for too long, and there's one spot between them right now. Rinker is the only spot between Merkel and Schlosser, so we could see another battle again between those two.
Well, we absolutely could. 8 to go. We're running out of time, though. Let's check in with our biggest 2 movers right now. It's going to be Todd Willis and Hillbilly Dave Hanna, as Willis gets into the wall coming off a 4. That opens the door for Hanna to get plus 13 up into 12.
Yeah, Dave Hanna, again, not qualifying. Wonder what it could have been if he did, but he didn't. So, I mean, it is what it is. But doing a great job on the racecraft, moving through the field, not getting any damage, and he's making it look easy out there.
As we're watching Klaus Williams right now in 6th, Cody Anderson has 6 more laps to try to get 1 more spot. What a run Anderson has had. Currently sits plus 10 in 7th after not posting a time in qualifying.
Yeah, and Anderson is looking at Klaus Williams. Not too far behind. I mean, he could definitely get this spot. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. He was going to try and go to the inside there, but I think, like you said, clean air he was looking for there.
He was looking for clean air, and he got it. I don't think he wanted that much of it, though. But draft down the back straightaway. Handshake lap. 5 laps to go. Flo, 2.5 seconds over Brandon Massey, who's 3.5 over Justin Lewis, who's another 2 up the road from Chris Myers.
Call back in 5th, and Anderson will take the spot from Klaus Williams, so that'll put him in 6th.
Plus 11, not too shabby.
And he's looking to get Austin Call here.
He is looking at Austin Call. And he might have the tires to do it. I'm looking at the last couple of lap times. And Anderson was 0.2 quicker than Call last time by.
And Anderson is going to go side by side with them here. Call all the way to the top side. We're going to see him go down the backstretch. It looks like Call will have the advantage a little bit. And
half a truck.
Half a truck, and Anderson's going to send it back in.
Anderson just sends it, gets the position. Are we going to see the slide job? Yes and no. Anderson keeps it pinched down. Now he comes up. Call going to have to let him go. Call thinking big picture, 3 to go. Barrett Flo has just put on a dominating performance here tonight. And Chris Myers is in danger of the 042 catching him as well.
Yeah, I was going to say the 042 is not too far behind the 24 either, so he could be 4th by the end of this thing.
He was 0.4 quicker than Myers was last time by, and he's only got 0.3 to make up. And here we go. Shake and bake, popsicle sticks in the air. Flo, Massey, Lewis, and we're watching this battle between Myers and Anderson for 4th.
And Anderson is there, but we'll see if he can get it. They're going to sit behind each other, and I don't know if he is going to try and take it or not.
Half a tenth quicker last time by. Sorry, 0.4 quicker last time by was Anderson. White flag is in the air. We are racing back to checkers.
And we're going to go side by side with Anderson, and Anderson got it. Anderson got it. He's going to take 4th.
Full send mode. What a run for Anderson, plus 13. As we're watching Barrett Flo come through turn number 4. Jake, take us home.
And Barrett Flo coming out of turn 4 here, the final turn at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Barrett Flo will win at Homestead-Miami. Brandon Massey 2nd, Justin Lewis 3rd, Chris Myers 4th, Cody Anderson 5th, Klaus Williams 6th, Austin Call 7th, Todd Merkel 8th, Michael Rinker 9th, and Gary Ragland in 10th.
What a run we just saw, and that was a complete clinic put on by that man in the 92, Mr. Barrett Flo. And let me see if I can find, first I need to find where the heck we are. There we go. And let me see if I can find our race winner. And unfortunately, he is not in the Discord yet, so we are going to have to wait on it. As we do have the man who finished in 2nd place with us now. As Jake, I believe you've got Brandon Massey with you.
Yeah, Brandon, this is Jacob from the SRM booth. Do you have a copy?
I do. What's up, guys?
First of all, how you doing?
We're doing good.
You know, you finished 2nd tonight, and Barrett Flo had a fast truck. Was there anything you could have done to maybe better the truck to get to Barrett Flo, or did Barrett Flo have all the speed more speed than you had tonight?
I don't feel like he had more speed than we did. I feel like we were even. Once I was able to clear for 2nd, I made that powerhouse move outside the 18, and we just stayed even. I mean, we were matching lap times. The lead I would make a mistake and give up a 10th, and then I would get it back, and we just stayed even. I honestly, what I needed was the race to go green, have a green flag pit stop, and then went back out and went back to trucking. But all in all, I don't feel like that he was ultimately that much faster. I think we were even. He just had track position and was able to call the restart on that last restart we had.
I want to pick your brain here a little bit. How much did tires matter for this race? I mean, you guys pitted on 35, and you went 35 to 75. So how bad were the tires, or how much did they matter at the end there?
I'll be honest, I haven't even looked at my offset, but from when we pitted. But I mean, tires mattered. I don't think staying out would have been a good call for anybody. I mean, getting 4 fresh Goodyears to put on these Craftsman race trucks would have been the way to go. But all in all, man, I think tires definitely would have mattered, especially on a short run. But hey, we're happy with 2nd, man, and we'll try again. We'll try again next week, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Before we let you go here, Brandon, I'm going to let you shout out whoever you have to shout out.
Sure, absolutely, man. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the good Lord above, because without him, we couldn't do what we do. I want to give a shout out to my wife for allowing me time to come back here and kind of unload and race with these guys. I want to give a shout out to my mom, my dad. My dad was watching. This is the first broadcast he's got to watch me in since late August or September of last year. We just hadn't been racing a lot. Shout out to Rogue Energy. Go to rogueenergy.com. Use code ROTOSTORM to get 10% off. Best damn gaming energy drink you can get, for sure. And everybody else that supports us, man. Shout out to all the admins here that put this thing on. And, yeah, we'll see what we can do with them next week.
All right, Brandon. I love the energy there. Go celebrate with your team on that P2. And I believe we'll have Tony with Justin Lewis.
Absolutely. Justin Lewis, the pride of Columbus, Indiana, came up just a little bit short, but all things considered, can't be too disappointed. Led a few laps in the early going. Did you go too hard too soon in that first stint?
Yeah, the first stint I did, just trying to kind of hold Barrett and Chris without leading some laps, just because that's kind of who we're in the point battle with, along with Austin. And then that caution kind of came out and killed the run I got because I was trying to save at that point. And then with the caution, I geared everybody back up, and I tried to get the run back to get about a second lead again, and then I just killed the right front. So we pitted, and I thought, after we pitted there, we might get lucky and get a caution with 20 to go and save me.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't, but we're going to ask you the same question. How loose was that truck on the older tires?
I wasn't loose. I was just tight. It wouldn't turn. I mean, it was actually really loose on, fresher tires, and then the run goes on and it just wouldn't turn. So.
Well, Justin, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight at Homestead-Miami. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Who do you need to thank before we let you go celebrate?
Just you guys in the booth for doing what you guys do, and then the league for doing their thing per usual, always making the races pretty good. So I appreciate those guys, and you guys for stepping in and finishing the series.
Sounds like you game planned. Our pleasure. Justin Lewis, congratulations on the podium. We'll see you next week, sir.
Thanks, guys.
And Jake, I believe you've got our race winner with you now.
Yeah, I do have our race winner, Barrett Flo. This is Jacob Zala from the SRM booth. You got me?
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
You won the race tonight, man. I mean, we watched you from the jump doing really good, and we got that caution late, and you hit the jump, and you were gone from then. How were you able to do it?
Well, we just jumped the start and tried to get as far away from Brandon as we could because I felt like we were pretty even, but if I could get out a second or two from him, I felt like I could manage that distance. And that's pretty much what took place. He couldn't really gain on me, and I really couldn't pull away from him. So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys were even. I mean, what was going through your mind there? You guys are sitting even, and yeah, just what was going through your mind?
Nothing, just that I was going to kick his ass.
Seems fair.
Seems fair. That's what we like to hear. Again, congratulations on the win. Before I let you go here, I'm gonna let you thank who you want to thank and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate what y'all do. Appreciate the Sunday Cup League and all those guys for their hard work in that, and my sponsor, J.O. Flo Graydon. And so that's about it. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Congrats on the win, and that was our winner, Barrett Flo.
And just like that, we've got another one in the books. And Jake, what a one we just saw. As we take a quick look at our finishing order here tonight, Barrett Flo, Brandon Massey, Justin Lewis. We just heard from those three gentlemen. Cody Anderson and Chris Myers hanging on for the top five. Klaus Williams had a great run coming home in sixth. Austin Call, Todd Merkel, Mike Rinker, another great run, and Gary Ragland rounding out your top 10. Matt Slosser and Dave Hanna rounding out the top half of the field. Jake?
Todd Willis in 13th, Steve Cigars in 14th, Joshua Yarborough 15th, Matt Metler 16th, Kendall Kraft 17th, Shane Crossett in 18th, Timothy Woodson 19th, Greg Birch 20th, Michael Matta 21st, one lap down, so that pit strategy did not work out for him, sadly. George Gibbs in 22nd, one lap down, Shane O'Neill in 23rd, 23 laps down, Larry Waits in 24th, 24 laps down, Charlie Birch in 25th, 67 laps down, and Andrew McKenzie did not start.
So that is going to do it for us tonight. Be sure to join us 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for the Svenska iRacing Ligan as they go to their next round. Let me just double check my facts here to see where we are for that one. Round number 4 at the Indianapolis Speedway or Indianapolis Road Course for the LMP2 division for the Svenska iRacing Ligan. And if you haven't seen those guys race yet, oh my goodness, you owe it to yourself to check that action out. But that is going to about do it for us tonight. He's Jake Zala. I'm Tony Trapasser. Remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that until we meet again and you should walk down the road of life for the remainder of the week, do me a favor. Don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.